everyone, it's John from What Up. Welcome back to another video. Now, I'm pretty excited because we do have some Wheel of Time and Prime news for you. I know, right? It's been about 3 weeks since we've reported on basically anything at all. And it's been a little over the month since the production has actually spoken with the fans or interacted with them in any way, shape, or form. Now, that's pretty unusual. Now, I know Amazon is usually pretty tight-lipped about everything. They don't like any information leaking out, they don't like anything slipping, and they don't really interact with the fans that often. However, it's been over a month, and in the interim, they've actually shut down production in the Czech Republic and everyone has gone home. So we all expected something from them, and we never got anything. And this news coming to you from this week is actually not from them either. But we'll get into that when we get into the video. Before we do, though, I do want to thank you folks for watching these videos. We've recently hit a milestone in my mind of about 4,300 subscribers, and I want to thank you all very much for that. That's far bigger than I ever thought this channel would ever make it when I started it. So if you do watch the videos and you haven't already subscribed, please do so. I usually do 1 to 2 videos per week, almost always Wheel of Time and Prime centric or Wheel of Time centric. So if there's news or leaks or photos or something I can report on with the production, I will talk about that and I'll release videos about that. If there's not, I'll usually release Wheel of Time content. So explain videos, videos about rumors, my take on things of that nature. All right, with that out of the way, spoiler warning, in this video I'm going to be talking about the end of the Eye of the World and, oddly enough, parts of The Great Hunt. So if you haven't already read The Eye of the World and The Great Hunt, the first 2 books in the Wheel of Time series, be forewarned, I may spoil some major plot points and some areas of those books for you. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get on to the video. Alright, so what do we have first? This first bit comes to us from wheeloftimeseries.com. Now if you haven't already bookmarked their site, don't check them daily. There's a link in the description box down below. Go do that. They have fantastic Wheel of Time news. They have all the sources to back it up, and they do all of the sleuthing and stuff in-house themselves. They are a really great source of news for the Wheel of Time production. In fact, you're probably going to read things there long before anywhere else. So with that out of the way, what did they find? Well, there's a town called Segovia in Spain, and I do apologize if I say a lot of these names of places and things wrong because I'm terrible at pronouncing things. We all know that already. Feel free to correct me in the comments, actually. And there was a local newspaper article written about the Wheel of Time. Basically, it stated that an artistic and technical team would be scouting the castle of Alcazar on November 30th for a shoot on December 1st and 2nd. Now, Wheel of Time series contacted the castle to find out if they were actually open those days, and they were not. And then I went a step further, and I actually asked one of the fans of the channel, Eugenia Banos, and I'm sorry if I said your name wrong, to contact the castle because they live in Spain, and ask them why they were closed. And they did. And they're closed for a film shoot. So they're going to be shooting something there, although they wouldn't say what. Now, with the newspaper article stating it's Wheel of Time, they're actually closed in the days the newspaper article says. It's not a big stretch to assume that the newspaper article had it completely right. They're closed for shooting the Wheel of Time. Now, what does this mean for us? Well, it could mean any number of different things. Now, this castle is absolutely beautiful. It's stunning. Look at it. I mean, it could be any number of locations in the Wheel of Time. However, the article did say they're scouting for a battle. So what could that mean? Well, they've already finished shooting in the Czech Republic as much as they could this year. They're not finished principal photography yet, and they're going to come back in April and finish what they can. However, we all thought they were done shooting permanently. If they're going to be shooting in Spain, then they're going to be doing something that has to do with Block 4, because that's all they have left. Now, I have not seen or heard of any of the cast quarantining to go to Spain, and that's because you don't need to quarantine to go into Spain right now. You only need a negative test result to go into the country to work for specific instances, and the film industry is one of those instances. Does that mean that any of them are going to Spain? I don't know. A lot of their social media has been quiet since production shut down, and they're not talking much about anything or showing where they're at. So I can't even tell you if any of the cast is going there to film. All we know is that there was an extra company that was hiring extras for a battle on December 1st and December 2nd in Spain, and that the newspaper article said that the artistic and the technical department were there on the 30th to scout the location and set up for those shots. That's all we know. What could it mean? Well, it can mean any number of different things. There's a bunch of different theories on what this could possibly be for the show. The theory I like the most is that this is actually Falme, and they're going to show the Shanshan landing at Falme and the big battle when they land, and them taking over the town, and that's how they'll end Season 1. And I've thought about this for quite some time, that I really like the idea of introducing them as the big bad for Season 2, at the very end of season 1 because it gives you a cliffhanger type feel for the first season. Now, I'm not saying that's what it is. It could be any number of other things, but I like that theory the best. I've heard a lot of other people say this could be Tyr. I mean, Tyr was modeled after Spain, and this does give me some serious Tyr vibes. Maybe not the stone, but it does give me some serious Tyr vibes. So it's possible they're shooting in Tyr, although to shoot in Tyr would mean that they're jumping ahead to maybe book 3, which is... that's pretty far off. I don't know if they would go that far ahead, unless they're showing some of the Forsaken coming in and taking over and setting themselves up. That's possible as well. Any number of things are possible with this. Although... it's hard to say because we don't know of any of the main cast that are there or not. Any of the named cast or leaked cast or anyone else, we have no idea if they're going to be in the area. All we know of is extras, and it's going to be a battle. So I want you guys to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think my theory is right, that this is the Shan Chan landing at Falme and they're doing the big battle, and that's how they're going to end the first season, is them coming into harbor, taking over the town? Is that possible? Or do you think it might be something else? So, like I said, let me know in the comments below what you think. All right, our next little bit of news comes to us also from WheelOfTimeSeries.com. Now, a while ago, we had all of those callback scripts that come out and the callback videos, and Wheel of Time series reported on those, and Elaine was used quite a bit, and it was speculated at the time that Elaine was used as code for Alana. Now, no one really knew at the time, but it kind of sounded right because code names usually start with the same letter of the same name. And it ended up that the production company that hosts Priyanka Bose, who plays Alana Mosfani, listed her role as Elaine. So there we go. We know that in those callback videos where they referenced Elaine, it was Alana. So then we know Alana and Leandrin and Moraine are all in the same shots together, at least in those callback videos, which is pretty interesting. Now, who's to say that those callback videos or the callback scripts were going to be included in the show? We don't know for sure, because it can be one of 3 things. Either they are word for word the same, which is rare, but it does happen. They could be, you know, the spirit of the script, they are going to be somewhat similar, but things can be changed afterwards and rewrites, or they are completely red herrings and they are not anything to do at all with, you know, what's going to go on in the show. So either way, we do now know that the codename Elaine was Alana, which is pretty neat. The next thing we're going to talk about is this. Now, I can't read this, it's in Czech, but we had one of the members of Twitter at the time, Hammer, he actually translated it for everybody. And this was a recent interview, and I have to read this because I can't remember the name, with Helena Bezdek Frankova. Now, I apologize if I got the name wrong. I'm not entirely sure if that's correct or not. That's the director of the Czech State Fund of Cinematography. Now, in this article that they did an interview with, it talks a little bit about the Wheel of Time. So basically it says that Marvel is completely finished filming in the Czech Republic, Carnival Row is completely finished, and 3 other Netflix and Amazon things are still shooting. But the Wheel of Time has stopped, and they hope it returns once the situation is better. Now, the situation, of course, they're talking about is the pandemic, and that's what pretty much everyone in the world is dealing with right now. She was on to talk about the debate regarding whether to release this stuff online or wait for cinemas to open. Czech movies get about 80% of the revenue from cinemas. So there's that. And Netflix and Amazon need to shoot more since everyone has seen everything multiple times during the lockdowns. They need to debate the future of streaming platforms versus cinemas, and the line between those two is getting blurry. So essentially, what this was it was an article that referenced Wheel of Time and basically pretty much confirmed everything we already knew. That they had shut down production, that they are no longer in the Czech Republic, and they had gone home. Now, what it does not confirm is whether or not they're finished principal photography or if they need to do reshoots or not. But all of my sources basically said that they were not done, that they had 6 weeks of shooting left, and they needed those 6 weeks to finish the first season. So there's that. And now, I think I said that in another video a few weeks ago, the last video we had of any news. And the debate is, are they going to release this stuff on streaming or not, which doesn't really apply to the Wheel of Time because we know Wheel of Time is going to show up in the Amazon Prime streaming service. It's not a movie, although there has been petitions to release the first couple episodes in theaters around the world, although I don't think that's going to happen because they are a streaming platform for a reason. They like to stream things. That's where they make their money, and with the pandemic, theaters are not doing so great right now. So there's that. All right, so let me know what you guys think below in the comments. Do you think that the shooting in Spain is going to be Falme? Do you think it'll be something different? Do you think that the callback scripts were actually word-for-word scripts from the show, pieces of the script, which it is maybe not likely, but it's certainly possible? And what do you think about this? This person is confirming the fact that production is basically shut down for Wheel of Time. So we're hearing it from multiple different sources that are not Amazon. Amazon has not told us anything lately, and there are quite a few people in the fandom and around the world that are very frustrated with this, that Amazon is being so tight-lipped about this. So I'm really hoping for a press release from Amazon soon, or something telling us what's going on. Have they finished shooting? Do they have more left to shoot? Are they actually going back to start shooting in April, like all the rumors and different things that we're seeing from different sources stating? Are they going to be working on the first, few episodes post-production over the next few months? Will they be releasing them? When is the release date? We know none of these things. Amazon has basically told us nothing. Now, I do know that the marketing for shows usually ratchets up to high levels a couple of months before the show comes out. And you can look at The Witcher. We didn't even see a true trailer until very close to release. However, we heard stuff about the show. Same as Amazon's Lord of the Rings. We knew the cast long ago. We still don't know the Wheel of Time cast, and they're actually filming that. So there's that. All right, let me know what you guys think below in the comments, and here's to many more.